Actually, it feels so really good to be back here.
It really does. After like what?
Several months. I really miss like having you guys here.
Welcome back, guys. Season 2.
The Assembly Season 2!
A few years ago, I worked on a show which showcased disabled artists. That experience opened my eyes, expanded my knowledge about them. They have dreams, they have ambitions, they have talent. They are part of our world. Then now, I'm quite glad that I am able to be involved in this show, and I hope to maybe inspire them. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Nice to meet you all too.
Oh, I see someone's a bit starstruck. Hi, I'm Grace. I'm the facilitator.
Ah, good, good. Nice to meet you, Grace.
And you get to sit over at the nicest chair.
This one. Oh, okay.
I'm sitting next to you.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm Trevor.
Trevor.
Yes, it just so happens my mom is a schoolmate of your brother,
Oh, which brother do you know?
Andrew.
Oh, okay, my youngest brother.
I was looking at all of your pictures of all your clothes. I was trying to figure out which one suits you the best.
Well, I heard that you might be very colorful, so I decided to wear neutral, and now we are matching.
And I love your suit too, and I love
you.
that hanky.
Yeah, I love this. Pocket square is called.
Here comes
Hello, hello.
I'm Joel, nice to meet you.
Hi,
Hey, hi, my name is Jinwei.
Jinwei, nice to meet you.
Jeremy.
Hi,
Jacob.
Jacob, hi. Wow, this is a lot of you.
How's everybody feeling? Surreal?
I'm more nervous than all of you combined, I think.
Hi Dick Lee, my name is Shrikant. I'm leaving for Berklee College of Music in Boston to pursue music.
Wow.
Thank you. I'm following my passion for music just like you. For today's session, the rules are simple. Nothing's off the table. That means we can ask you anything. No topic is off limits. We are all excited to have you here, and we hope you enjoy this time with us. Welcome to the assembly.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow.
What's something random about you that people don't actually expect?
I can't stand durian. Yeah. Anybody? Oh my goodness.
Not just the smell, the taste as well, and the texture.
The look of it. The look of it is scary. You know why I don't like durians? Because when I was a kid, my mother forced me to eat it every time. She couldn't understand why I don't like it. She says, it's so delicious. Why don't you like it? I said, no. And then she would put it in my mouth. Yeah, I know. So every time, right, when I came home from school, from outside the house, I can smell it. And I will run and lock myself in the room so that she can't make me eat it. Yeah, to this day, it's a phobia.
Well, I don't blame you.
Hi, Dick Lee. Once you said that you are a supermarket man because you forget.
Try that again. You can read.
I try again. You can do it.
Once you said that you are a supermarket man because you like to spend time in the supermarket. What do you spend your CDC vouchers on?
Okay. Okay, first of all, let me address the supermarket issue back to when I was a child. I used to make supermarkets out of paper. I got a shoebox and I made the counters, the food counters, and I drew them, and then I folded them back and I made little supermarkets, like my mini mart. So I always had this fascination because when I was a kid, I used to follow my mother to the supermarket, and I loved to walk around. And then now when I travel, when I go to any country, the first thing I'll go is to a supermarket. And I will just walk around and I won't buy anything. When they offered the CDC vouchers, I thought, well, I'll give it to my helper. Yeah.
That's so very sweet of you.
Thank you.
Hi, Tigli, I'm the Spirit.
Hi.
You have been worked with so many Asian stars. Who's your favorite?
There is one singer who introduced me into the world of Asian pop music, and that would be Sandy Lam. She's from Hong Kong, When I started working with her, she was just becoming very famous. And then after she worked with me, she became a superstar. And she invited me to be in her concert in Hong Kong. Wow. So I ended up going to Hong Kong and performing on this big stadium with her. And because of that, all the Hong Kong singers saw me because they all came to her concert. And after that, they all came and asked me to write songs for them and produce them.
Do you feel overshadowed by the singers that you work with?
Oh, I always was somebody who prefers to be in the background. And I think that is where I'm strong at. I'm a creator. I hate performing. I must tell you that. Performance is not my favorite thing. I started to sing because when I was writing songs, no one will sing them. So I have to sing them myself, right? So that's how I started singing. But I actually much prefer being in the background. By all means, overshadow me, no problem.
Hi, Dick Lee. I want to ask you a question. What's your favorite song that inspired your music?
Wow. That is one of the most difficult questions that I'm always asked. I listen to all genres. What is your favorite genre of music?
Country music.
Country music, right? So I listen to country, I listen to jazz, to pop, to ethnic music, every kind. So I find something in every kind of music. And I really advise you to not have any kind of restriction when you listen to music. Listen to everything, because you will find something that you can use later.
Speaking of songs, there were a couple of songs that you had that were banned during the 70s and 80s. Could you tell us more about those bans? And also, were you angry with the government because of that?
Okay, wow.
There were a couple of songs that you had that were banned during the 70s and 80s due to the use of Singlish. Could you tell us more about those bans? And also, were you angry with the government because of that?
Okay, wow. Okay, I guess no holds barred, right? Okay, let me tell you the reason why the songs were banned. Because yes, as you said correctly, I use Singlish in my songs because I was hoping to write a Singapore song. And I thought if I put Singlish, it would make it sound Singaporean. But the first time I tried that was in 1974 when I did my first album, and I was a teenager only, and I wrote Fried Rice Paradise. And so I used Singlish inside la and things like that. When the authorities heard Singlish in the music, they thought it was not proper. In fact, the reason they gave for the ban was they said improper use of English. Because technically, Singlish is not proper English, right? And that was not so much disappointing to me, but I was confused. Because I thought, hey, this is something I'm doing that is Singaporean. But then they said it's not appropriate. They didn't accept it. So it made me feel that, oh, being Singaporean is not good. It's not good to express myself as a Singaporean. So that was confusing. So I left it alone for a long time. Then in 1989, I tried again. Because in 1989, things were different. National songs had come up. Count on Me Singapore, Stand Up for Singapore, all these songs had appeared. So I thought, okay, now I try again. So I did a song on my album called The Mad Chinaman. And I wrote a song called Rasa Sayang, which was a rap. And it used Rasa Sayang, the Malay folk song. And then I put Singlish in the rap. And again, the government banned it. So this was like 15 years later, they still said, oh, Singlish is no good. Yeah. So I thought, what is this? I mean, you know, when are we ever going to accept who we are? But that time, something different. The media supported me. So all the newspapers backed me up and they said, why is this song banned? Nothing wrong with Singlish. And so the government lifted the ban. And then the album became a hit because they decided, okay, we can let it go.
Yeah, that you had to wait like 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years.
Big patience game for you, and I really respect that.
I kept believing in it. Yeah.
Hi, Dick.
Hi.
You mentioned your sister passed away. From my research, I understand that she passed away in a car accident.
Yes.
I also understand that for a very long time, you blame yourself for it. Why is that so?
Oh, indirectly, I had something to do with it. Because ever since I was 14 years old, I always had a big birthday party. But that year, I think it was my 26th birthday, I was busy because I started my own company. So I was very busy running my business. And I didn't have time to plan a party. So before my birthday, my sister went on a holiday. She went to Malaysia with her friends and her fiancé. They went to Tioman, the islands off East Coast. And then my mother was also away in Cameron Highlands. What happened was that my mother asked my sister to join her in Cameron Highlands. So she and her fiancé drove from Tioman. On the day before my birthday, she was on the way there, and then the car she was in, her fiancé was driving, hit a bus. And she was killed. So my mother also blamed herself in a way because she asked my sister to join her. So if I had my party, they would all have come back, and maybe they would still be around. So ever since then, I have my birthday party without fail. Yeah.
Do you need a tissue?
No, I just still miss her, yeah.
You shouldn't blame yourself because sometimes things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm 29, so every time I see people, they're having like their 21st birthday, right? I don't have. I was like alone, and I was deeply upset that my friends do get to celebrate, but why I don't. It was a very quiet day for me. As a 21 years old, it's like celebrating as an adult, right? My family left me alone.
Did they always celebrate your birthday before that?
Yeah, usually until 20th birthday. It was a very disappointing year.
Anyway, you learn to overcome that because life is full of ups and downs, and you just don't dwell on the downs. I prefer to think about the good things. And sometimes, even if there are not many, you still celebrate them. Make them important.
Now I celebrate my birthday by going out on a dinner
Yeah.
with my friends, and that's it.
You can have your own birthday. I don't rely on anybody to throw a birthday for me. I just do it myself.
So far, who supported your music and arts career the most or the least in your family?
It's a very easy question to answer because I definitely would not be doing what I am doing, what I've been doing without my mother. My mother really supported me all the way. She recognized whatever talent I had. She recognized it and she supported it. She encouraged it. When I had my first concert in Japan, she came. When I did my Mad Chinaman album, she sings in it. My father, I wouldn't say that he was against what I did, but he was very conservative. And he was worried about, my future. At that time, being a singer, if you want to be a musician, it was really like hopeless. There's no way you can survive. So he was just caring about me and all that. But luckily, my mother told him, leave him alone. Let him be and let him see whether he can make it. And that made me spend a lot of my career proving to him that I would be successful. So he ended up being a kind of a motivation for me to do well because he didn't really believe in it.
So my question is, do you actually miss your father now? And did you ever perform for him?
My father, okay. First, you need to understand about my parents. My father was 13 years older than my mother. She was 20 when she got married and had me at 21. So when I was a teenager, she was only 30-something. So my father, on the other hand, was very quiet and shy, very opposite of her. She was very lively. She loved to sing and dance and everything. My father was just very quiet. So I went out with her because she needed me to take her to nightclubs and things like that. So I went when I was very young. She wanted to see shows and I would go with her. So my father was then left behind. He wasn't a very strong presence in my life, but he was a very solid presence. I mean, he was a businessman, and it's because of him that we had a comfortable life, and he worked hard so that me and my mother can have fun, basically. But he was always very quiet. And in 2014, he had dementia. And we were very fortunate in a way because he wasn't violent. His dementia was the kind that just made him very quiet. So he was this quiet presence in my life. And of course, I miss his wisdom, I miss his kindness, where my mother was very fiery and a lot of fun. If I wanted something very stable and calm, I would go to him. They were very important in my life. I would say I miss them both.
Thank you, Didi.
Hi, Dick. Do you think you will be successful if you are not born rich?
I don't know whether you're born rich or poor has got anything to do with it. One thing I would say that coming from a comfortable upbringing, one thing that has helped me is that I didn't have to support my family. If I had to support my family, maybe things would be different. But trust me, I would still do music. Because the thing that has driven me in my life is my passion. And I think that's going to be there no matter how I was born. But you know what was the thing that changed my life? Was that I failed my O-levels on purpose. Yes, I did it because if I went through the whole academic structure, I probably wouldn't have much chance to pursue my passion. So I gave myself no option. I put myself out of that academic route and forced myself to find my own way by myself and do whatever it is. So I started working when I was 17 years old and didn't depend on my family. I started producing, choreographing fashion shows. I started my own business when I was 25 years old. All this was by myself. So the thing that pushed me along was the fact that I have no fallback plan. I have to make it. In a typical case, my parents are wealthy, I don't have to work, I just depend on them. But I've never had to. I haven't really even lived at home with them. I lived on my own for many, many years. The minute I could move out, I moved out.
Can you tell us about the time where you sold porn books in school?
How did you know that?
Can you tell us about the time where you sold porn books in school?
How did you know that?
Was your dad angry when he found out?
My dad saved me, actually. Yeah. I would say that my dad was disappointed many times in my life because I did so many, I was quite naughty and selling the porn books, for me, I was just being entrepreneurial. I found a supplier and I found a demand in my school and so I was a middleman. Basically, that was it. But then how my dad saved my ass was because he saved me from getting expelled. I have a feeling he donated some money to the school. I was in SGI. He did something, but anyway, it was quite scary because the police were involved. The police came in and they used me as a decoy to catch the bookseller.
No way.
Yeah, it was quite...
Were you involved in any offences or anything?
Well, yes, selling the pornography to my classmates, my schoolmates, yeah. Yeah, that was a scary period. But all I got as a punishment was I had to sit outside my class. My desk was put outside in the corridor for 1 week. That was it. And ironically, everybody heard this story in the whole school. And when they walked past my class and they saw me sitting, I'm like their hero. Because they said, wow, this is the guy that's so daring and what. So I earned some credits. But I learned my lesson, lah. Don't play around with this kind of thing.
Please don't hate me for asking you this.
You already asked me some strange questions already.
This one is about your ex-wife, Jacintha. I read that you and Jacintha were like the best of friends back in your secondary school days.
Yeah.
She was your inspiration for your music. But how did you two end up in divorce?
You should ask how did we end up in marriage in the first place.
Yep, maybe I should have asked that as well.
Okay, now since you didn't ask that, I guess, simply put, it was a mistake. Everything was a mistake. The marriage and the divorce was not, they should not have happened. We were very optimistic and hopeful, but I guess sometimes friends should just stay friends, you know. The thing I'm saddest most about it was that it did sort of spoil our relationship. We had such a great relationship. She was my muse, you know. I wrote all my songs, my early songs for her. She was the voice of my songs. So that sort of was ruined after the divorce. But you know, she's somebody that I still feel has the most beautiful voice in Singapore. And in fact, some very exciting secret news. I might be collaborating with her again soon. Yeah.
Really?
So that is something that is coming next year. Fingers crossed.
I did some research that you and Jacintha wanted to marry so that you could have your very own Sound of Music children.
Yeah. Yes, I did say that. We were hoping to have, you know, like the Von Trapp family. We wanted to have a lot of kids and all singing. I can make a group, I can exploit them. That was the plan, you know. But I guess you have to start with the basics. I mean, you have to start with love, and there were just some disconnect. It was just too idealistic a plan.
Do you regret not having any children?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Something I always wanted in my life was to have a large family, you know. I love kids. I guess now if I had a kid, it would be a grandkid because it's like a bit too late. But I have a bunch of god kids, 8 god kids. Yeah, can you believe it? So to make up for the fact that I don't have my own, 5 boys, 3 girls. 3 of them have their own kids, so I have got grandkids already. Yeah.
Your Sound of Music family has kind of came true.
No, they can't sing at all. None of them can sing. Yeah, they can't.
Hi, Dick. My name's Ethan.
Hi, Ethan.
You wrote a song, Chase, for Leslie Cheung. How did you feel when you found out that he killed himself?
Oh my goodness, that was that was very shocking. I had met him just several months before he passed away. I was in Bangkok and I came down to the hotel breakfast, and there he was with his whole gang of people. There was about maybe 10 of them, his friends. I was alone, so I just waved at him, hello. And then after breakfast, all of them left and left him there. And he asked me to join him, so I talked to him. We spent right until past lunchtime talking. And it was very memorable because I wrote the song for the movie, but not for him, which is a very famous song now called Zui, Cantonese song. And it was in 1994. So that's my connection with him. And then we never really met and talked about it. And then in 1999, he recorded it on his own album. And a year after that, we performed for the first time in Hiroshima in Japan. And then I didn't see him again after that until we met in Bangkok. So that was basically the first time we spent a long time together. And then right after that, I heard the news. I was like, it was quite devastating. I just got to know him properly, you know.
Your first album, Life Story, was considered a commercial flop when it was first released. Did you tell anyone?
I didn't go around telling everyone, hey, I got a flop album out. I guess I didn't do that. I guess I was very proud of that album, okay? Because at that time, nobody was recording original albums. See, my album came out in 1974. Prior to that, in the 60s, there was a huge music industry in Singapore. Local musicians, local bands, they were doing very, very well all through the 60s. But somehow in 1970, everything died. Everything stopped. Okay, 2 things. One was national service started. A lot of the bands had to go into the army and cut their hair. The other part was the nightclubs started to have high tax. So the whole music industry died. So for me to come up and do an album, I was one of them, maybe only once, maybe at that time, to come out and have my own album. So even though it was a flop, when you say flop, I think you mean that it didn't sell. And that was largely because the government banned Fried Rice Paradise from the album. And So the radio was not allowed to play it. So how do you promote a song if you can't play it on the radio? Do you know what's rediffusion? All too young. Rediffusion was a cable radio service. It's an independent cable radio service, not government owned. So I got discovered from a talent competition on Rediffusion. And so because of that, Rediffusion played my song. And Rediffusion those days were all over Singapore. Everybody had one in the kitchen or somewhere, yeah. So my song was played there. So that's how people knew about me. So thanks to that album, I'm doing what I'm doing today. Yeah, so to me, it's a great success, you know.
Hi, Dick Lee, I'm Megan. So were you the one that made Kumar famous?
Wow, okay, yes. In fact, 1991, I think, I opened a nightclub called Boom Boom Room. And this was a club in Bugis Street. We hired Kumar to work at Boom Boom Room. And originally, Kumar was from another bar. Kumar was a bartender or waiter in this bar. And this bar was interesting because all the waiters performed. And Kumar was telling jokes, was a stand-up comedian. I remember seeing him there, and my business partner got him over to Boom Boom Room to be a comedian on stage.
Oh, as of now or present, is it still around or that nightclub?
No longer. No.
And so what's the dream project that you have and you're yet still to fulfill?
At the moment, there is an exhibition that I have been working on and wanted to do for many, many years. From Fried Rice Paradise in 1974 all the way to when I wrote Home in 1998. My quest has always been to find a Singapore identity through my music. It's called Singapop, 60 years of Singapore pop culture. It's to mark our 60th anniversary, and it's to show people what we have that is ours uniquely. And it's a lot of fun. It's slightly tongue-in-cheek. It's a walk-through exhibition. It's at the Art Science Museum until the end of the year. Please come. You all come. I'll be there to host you.
Thank you, Dick, for joining us today. And it was a pleasure to have you here at the assembly. Before you go, can you do us one favor? Can you sing for us Fried Rice Paradise, please?
You all want to hear it?
Yes.
Sounds delicious.
Okay, this is Fried Rice Paradise. I've got a friend, her name Billy, and she told me that one day she would make it big. Looked around in Chinatown, tried her luck in People's Park, selling rings and things from China, only 10 cents come and buy la. But her progress couldn't last, poor girl didn't know what to do. So what did she do? Fried Rice Paradise, nasi goreng, very nice, that's a speciality, 99 varieties. Fried Rice Paradise, shook is how it's been described, booked a table, very wise, that is what I would do. Fried Rice Paradise, nasi goreng, very nice, a speciality, 99 varieties. Fried Rice Paradise, shook is how it's been described, booked a table, very wise, that is what I would do if I were